Hello everybody, this is C4 Explorer, and I am on my second Explorer of the day. My first one was quite unsuccessful, um, but I am going to go ahead and come into this school building that I've actually been to a few times. If I can fit through the little gap in the door here, sorry about that y'all. Ooh, oh, okay, door opened up. I don't know a whole lot about this school. It's in a little, kind of like just a little small town. I think it was like a middle school or maybe a high school. It actually used to be a lot brighter in here. Some of these rooms have skylights in them, and some is just like huge holes in the roof. There's not a whole lot in this building necessarily, just like the old empty classrooms. And of course, you can see the lockers here. I'm wondering. I keep hearing a sound. Hold on. I don't know if that's me or. I think that might be me. I hope that's me. I've never really encountered anybody in this school before. The last time I was here was actually a few months ago with a good explorer buddy of mine, who I'll just call Oysterhead. I don't know if he wants me to use his real name on my video. As a matter of fact, we went to the hospital that I went to today that has been locked down. And I guess we were really fortunate to have been able to explore it together because, I mean, it had to have been really recently that it was sealed up and they started doing work on it. I keep hearing noise, but I think it's stuff rattling around in my Explorer bag. Of course, you know, I'll wear my backpack. Yeah, there's still like some, you know, you see I'm talking through the video here about other stuff, but you can see that there's still signage and things. And there's some books here. Well, that's going to call out what state I'm in, but I mean, we all know I live in North Carolina, so we just don't know what part I'm in, do we? You can see there's like old homework up here. Kids did, I guess, you know, they got the super stickers on them. They did so good they got up on the wall up here. He must have done really good because I don't do math. I don't like math. We all know this. So, yeah, here you can see that there's apparently there used to be windows. The ceiling went a lot higher, and eventually at some point they put a drop ceiling in. I swear they had like they had these skylights, because I remember there was one day I walked in here and that entryway was a lot brighter. I think they maybe they sealed them up or something. You see a very dusty, dirty sink. That's just so much dust. Old cabinetry. It's really beautiful peely paint on it. I remember my first time coming up here. I guess it was like a lady and her husband were driving by. This isn't a real well-traveled road that the school's on, and they knew exactly what I was doing because I was just starting to go through the door, and they kind of stopped, and I waved and they waved, and I ran up to them and asked them, would anybody be annoyed if I came into the school? And of course they asked what I do, and I told them, you know, I'm an explorer. I like to check out abandoned places. And they said, no, I don't think anybody have a problem with it. You know, of course, I mean, that doesn't always constitute permission per se, unless they were the owners, which I highly doubt they were. You know, so it's, I mean, you never want to take that at face value necessarily and say, oh, well, you know, some random stranger driving by said I could do it. I mean, that's not going to get you out of trouble if the actual owners or police show up, you know. But like I said, you know, there's a little poem there. You know, it's just, it is what it is, you know, just kind of. And Ben, if you're watching this, yes, I said it again. That phrase that I loathe above all else. A tautology, something that is true, but at the same time offers no actual useful information. We got a bunch of books. These books have been sitting here forever, and they look in relatively good condition. Mass book, Before Your Very Eyes. And we got some audiobooks. English. And a guy feeding a manatee, or I think that's a woman. A person feeding a manatee. And here's a little bit of vandalism, which has been kind of uncommon. See, this has skylights. Look at that. Of course, they didn't put the drop ceiling in here, apparently, like they did in a lot of the other buildings. I almost don't need my light. It's pretty cool. I got some little cabinets with more beautiful peely paint. Really cool. There's one of the big light bulbs. Oh, I remember the belt buckle. I actually set that there because it was sitting somewhere on this table, and I set it up to take a picture. I just got a text from Oysterhead too. I told him the bad news about the hospital. And this room is definitely toxic. There's a little bit left. You can see some couple beakers. This obviously had to, obviously or whatever, you know, probably was the chem lab, biology lab maybe, or just general sciences. Got an eyedropper. Pith balls. Oh, we got a watch in there. Wow. All right. Rat feces. Alrighty. Let's go right over here. Yeah, this is kind of more of the same over here. It's, you know, the counter where they would have done their various science lab projects and stuff. You have little gas jets. We have what is probably a social studies or history book in the science lab. I really love the decay on the, not that decay that I trip over when the tiles are peeling up. Yeah, this is really cool. I'd have to guess the school was probably built sometime, I don't know, 30s. It might be too young to be 30s. What, 40s, 50s maybe? I mean, they got all these transoms and stuff over the doors. Not a fascinating construction, but kind of cool. I guess this would have been one of the main entrances. Have another room with the skylight busted out. That looks like a bathroom door to a stall. This room still has carpet. It's got all kinds of junk dripping off the ceiling. I like those light fixtures. Those are cool. Alright, folks. One really great thing about the school is that there's a gym that the first few times I'd come up here, I was never able to access it. But when me and Oysterhead came up here, we were able to get in. So I'm going to go see if that's still true. I'm going to pause this video. I'm actually going to go to another section of the school. It's like a few different buildings. So, oh look, stickers. I would guess that would probably be a child who excelled a lot, and he'd get stickers. He or she would get stickers all the time, and decided to collect them in his locker. Didn't really have anything else to do with them. Oh, yeah. I always like going into the bathrooms just because the tiles are always so clean. You see all the peely paint and stuff, and by contrast, this kind of bowls you over because you're like, wow, unless they're vandalized or something, most of the time they tend to hold up a lot better than painted surfaces. It had to have been a boys' bathroom, just because of the little urinals there. I know it's not really a politically correct assumption to make, but especially nowadays, because you have so much more, so many differences in with that kind of stuff. I don't even want to get into a conversation about it. I'm not trying to put anybody down. I just assume it was probably a boys' bathroom, so we'll just go with that. And if I'm wrong, then I'll apologize later. We're just gonna explore. Drool over peely paint. All right. The ceiling fans are holding up really well too. I haven't seen any real saggy ceiling fans. You look up there; those windows above the drop ceiling they still have blinds on them, like the big metal blinds. All right. Well. Yeah, I think this is about all I have to really show you in this building. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pause it after we look at a little dinosaur sticker. And some cobwebs and all the lockers have little worms and apples. The studious worm. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. I'll be right back with y'all. I'll get to another section over here. I'll see you in a second. Alright, folks, I returned. And we're over here on the other side of the building. You see this overgrowth here. This is kind of a mundane part of the school, I guess. And this side's always freaked me out. Primarily because, here, I'll explain in a second. I wonder if we're going to hear it here. Let's see. Big metal lights and stuff. Yeah, this has always freaked me out because over here on my left is this huge, probably what would have been a playground or a courtyard or something. Like every time I come here, at least once, I hear something running through that. Most likely it's a deer or something, birds or squirrels or something, but yeah, it's just bizarre that you always hear something, you know, and it's always in that one area. I still have some stuff up on the whiteboard up here. Yeah. And of course, like anytime I hear anything, most of the time, unless it's a pretty distinctive sound, I always assume it's a person. And that almost never happens, knock on wood. Unfortunately, like most of the time with people that I run into, it's usually a pretty nice encounter. I mean, it might be like I've run into explorers, of course. There's been, of course, times where I've had instances with the police. You know, stuff like that. Oh, I always forget about this room. It's like all paneled and stuff. Nothing much of interest in here. Boxes. Of course, I've run into squatters a couple times, and usually squatters or transients just want to be left alone. You know, they're kind of like explorers, where it's like, you know, don't tell nobody I'm here. You didn't see me, and you know, which is fair enough. I've run into scrappers before, and they're kind of the same way, as far as just, you know, don't tell, you know, I won't tell if you don't, kind of thing. Of course, I guess that would also depend on what you were doing there. You know, like if you were, I guess if you were a rival scrapper, I don't know how the politics of all that goes, but maybe they'd get mad or something. Or if you went in and were angry with them, something. I know I'm just kind of babbling here. Okay. Let's see, I'm pretty sure that was not something from the original classes. Now we have spelling words. I wonder if that was just somebody writing it, or if that's something that was actually there when the school closed. And this here. This little drinking fountain's really cool. Horribly unsanitary by today's standards, but you know. I got about 10 more minutes before I get to 30 minutes. And I think I'm going to go ahead, because I'm not going to walk this entire place, honestly, and you're not missing much. I mean, all these rooms are pretty much the same. And you never know, I might do a fuller explore at some point, but I do want to save time because the gym is pretty cool. Unless they boarded it up, and then I'm going to be upset again. So, I'll go ahead and start walking back over this way. I always get lost. Okay, yeah, I came from that direction. All this stuff just hanging down. Oh, I guess I could just go out that way, right? Yeah, it makes more sense. It's less overgrown. Alright, folks. I will be back in a moment. And one thing I did want to show y'all, there's another paint job up above the roof here, but it calls out the name of the school, so I did want to show you all this. I thought this was kind of cool. Stay fit for life, say no to drugs. We're actually in front of the gym, which that's, well, you guys probably can't see that, so we're going to try to go get a better look. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pause it again. It's going to take me a second to get over there, so I'll be right back again. Alright, folks. Here we are. You see, I had to walk through a bit of a jungle. Okay, finally gotten into this. Look at those door handles, those are so cool. Okay, this here is the gym, which really, when you look at it through the front door, looks a lot better than it actually is. You can see the floor is completely destroyed. It's, oh yeah, the roof's missing. Yeah, I guess that's what did it. Having all that water come down. We have a rope that you would climb, and it's not the one with the knot, so your gym teacher had to be particularly sadistic to make you do that. I was never much of a rope climber in school. I mean, the knotted rope I could do okay. I didn't mind doing that because it was easy, but yep. You can see all the ceiling panels have come down. We ended up on the bleachers. And this floor, I would assume the wooden slats are, obviously they're higher up than the actual floor, but when you go through it, it's only a matter of inches. So you'll hear me cracking through the floor. Me and Oysterhead were here. I was so excited because this place we found a way in, and I was really happy to be able to show this and to be able to get in myself so I could see it too, but I had a pretty fun day. I even tried to shoot the basketball. Let's all have flat. Is that tar? I think that might be hardened tar or something. Yeah, we had a pretty fun day of exploring. It was a lot hotter than it is now. Today it's probably about 65 or so. There's the scoreboard again. Pretty cool. We got sunlight coming through the ceiling. What's left of the ceiling? Oh yeah, I forgot there was a stage up there. Okay. Oh. Sorry, y'all. I don't have my camera pointed at the best angle. There we go. This here, I guess that's they used to collect the basketballs. I remember these kind of stages from my elementary school. The little holes under there, that's where, at least at my elementary school, they stored all the little metal folding chairs. When they weren't using them, they'd put them on a giant, like flat, kind of like a flat bed with wheels on it. They'd pull it out whenever they needed to, and collect up all the chairs. I would assume that's probably what they did with this. They might have kept any number of supplies or whatever in there. And that floor looks super questionable. So I'm going to go up and walk on it. Not much though, seriously. I really don't feel like going through a floor today. So we'll just kind of come over. Yeah, this is that would definitely not be a good idea. Wouldn't be a long fall, but it could still be painful. Still got some lights up there. The curtain. Pretty neat. That can't be an exit door. Oh, that goes into the... Oh, cobweb. Oh, crap. Several cobwebs. I feel like going in there, honestly. I don't know why, I just don't feel like going in there. There's another, I think there's another locker room over here on the other side. Well, we got some basketballs. I think that's the one I picked up and tried to shoot into the basket and airballed it horribly. And my buddy actually got a really good picture of me airballing. I was like, all right, a moment like that needs to be captured on film. So, well, you know, digital camera, so the digital equivalent of film. Oh, pretty well stripped out in here. This almost had to be like a locker area. I would have had them up along the walls. And then you got your bathroom. The shower area. Nozzles are, looks like they're gone. But yeah, I mean, I would assume this is the shower area. It's tiled and everything. Yeah, there's a drain down there on the floor. Cool, cool. All right, folks. Well, I guess that about does it for this video. Come back and get another look at the stage. I'll walk to where I have a good angle of it. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. You know, of course, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, I appreciate your all support, and you know, you guys checking out my videos, and you know, I'll keep trying to bring more adventures to you. So this has been C4 Explorer at an abandoned school building. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you all have a good day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.